Well, Lacey and I have made it back to Hell's Canyon for a 4-day, 3-nighter. Nothing fancy. The shuttles are closed for the year, so we're just gonna walk in as far as we can for the first 2 days, and then day 3 get to like a middle point and then hike out on Sunday. Oddly green for being Thanksgiving. So for this little 4-day trip, not too serious. We've been here before, quite a few times actually, and brought some heavy, but more non-backpacker, tasty type food. That's really heavy. Filled my pack up. Couldn't fit my time-lapse camera in it, so I just left that. So no time lapses, but don't really get the best time lapse sequences at the bottom of canyons anyways, so that's okay. But the trade-off, looking forward to eating some pretty cool meals that we've obviously had before, but just can't take it on more strenuous trips because of the weight. So you'd see a very scenic section of trail coming up, like cut along there. Certain sections that are just drop dead gorgeous on this trail. It looks like there's a decent amount of snow up on the canyon rim. Lacey and I have made it to Kirkwood Ranch. Had to do the steep drop down into it, and big question is I wonder if their bathrooms are still open, because they are the nicest backcountry bathrooms I've ever ran in. They actually have flushing toilets. Made it down to the ranch area. Gonna see if those bathrooms are open and then find a spot to camp. There's a lot of good camping spots here. It's actually closed for cold weather, so might hit the drawing board again. He'll take stock and I'll get back to you. Alright, we're over here now. New plan. It's actually kind of windy and chilly right now, so we're actually just gonna cross the bridge down there and see if there's anything less windy to camp in. If not, there's that beach spot, because there's a really good encompassing tree you could put the tent under. But there's a little wind tunnel actually right here, so we're gonna keep moving. So there's the sandy beach. If I remember correctly, there's a good camp there. We camped there at one point. I think our first trip out this way. This flower is still alive. It's almost winter. Hey, Lacey, a spotted camp. I was misremembering I was thinking of our October visit here, but our day one camp on Memorial Day weekend here was actually on this grassy section under this tree. For some reason I'm misremembering. I must be thinking of our October visit, because there is a sandy point. It's actually after Suicide Point you could camp at. Well, good morning. We ran out of daylight quick, and we couldn't camp in the original flat spot, so we had to walk around this tree for a bit, try and find a good spot. A nice open little grassy area there actually has a bunch of tiny little pokey cactus things. So we set up on there initially, then we saw them breaking through the bottom of the tent, like this is gonna deflate our air pads, so moved it over here, which wasn't the flattest, but we get sleep. Show you the flat area we camped at last time. Someone kind of made it dumb. So here's the flat spot, like pretty much the only flat spot here, and someone built this little structure around it. Don't know if they're trying to have a fire or a wind-free tent pad area. So you can't really have fires within a quarter mile of the Snake River in the Hells Canyon recreation area. So that's pointless. And they also gave home to like 20 mice live in this thing. So they kind of ruined this little flat area. There's not a lot of flat areas in this canyon to camp, so that's always cool when someone does something like this. Today we are gonna continue southbound, and we're gonna walk all day and see where we end up. Slept in a bit, felt good. So I'm gonna get packed up, have breakfast, and get moving. And we're back on the trail. Next stop, Suicide Point. Right before Suicide Point, looks like there's another really nice camp spot right there. Might sound like a broken record. I'm gonna just be calling out these camp spots in my video for my own future reference, being able to plot them down for other trips here. Lacey is doing some trail maintenance. Massive tumbleweeds have caused a blockage. Be careful where you grab these guys, because these tumbleweeds have stickers all over them. There's Suicide Point right there. Really sweet view from it. Lacey and I made it back to Suicide Point. Pretty cool section of trail through here. Here looks to be another good camping spot. Probably a mile after the big meadows you enter once you get through Suicide Point. As you see the Ponderosa Forest Lacey's walking towards, there's amazing camping in there. Lacey and I kind of wanted to camp there on Memorial Day weekend, but we couldn't because there was a boat on shore blasting the worst music I've ever heard very loudly, so we continued a bit further past that to Sandy Beach and camped there. So take a break at the Pondy Forest and then keep going into uncharted territory for us now. Lacey and I just took a little break here. Now we're going to continue. We don't have much further to get past our furthest point in. We had Memorial Day of 2020. So, pretty exciting. Here we go. That's a good campsite right there too. Lacey and I stayed there 2020, so everything past this point is new scenery for us. This is probably a worst case scenario camp spot here. Access to the water's pretty hard because those are all blackberry bushes. It's a lot of ouch to get to some water. Very nice little beach camp right there. Tent pad spot right here. Might be coming up on another ranch because there's a mailbox right by Lacey there. So it says there's a special use area and reservations are required for camping, but I wonder if that's more in the busy season or something, because we haven't seen a human in quite a while. So we're now headed eastbound from Sheep Creek Ranch. Could camp at Sheep Creek because no one's there, but I don't want to camp there and so I'm be like getting really mad that it was a reserve only spot, even though it's probably out of season right now. But we're just gonna keep heading up this way. This is really pleasant and beautiful. Yep, so this turkey here, don't have the video of it, but it literally flew from behind us up the, pretty much down the whole canyon, or soared anyways. Kind of jumped from that thing and like soared all the way down here for some reason. Very cool. So we actually hiked back down to Sheep Creek Ranch and found the crossing for the Snake River Trail. We were just a little, kind of rushed our way through it. On the other side of this area, looks like we got a nice camp spot. so we could still we could be by Sheep Creek Ranch and abide by the rules, since we don't have a permit for it. Right on. It's gonna be home for tonight. Good morning. Lacey and I are packed up, heading through the ranch back to that boat launch area. She's got a year-round fishing license here and is gonna probably do her last fishing of the year before winter comes in full bore. So let's see what happens. Alright, now Lacey and I are going to begin our journey back northbound. One final night in the canyon. Let's try and get us into decent range to get out nice and early tomorrow. Here's a pretty good clear view of Suicide Point right there. It's almost a sheer drop down. So these shaded areas Lacey and I are going into, it's possibly now the coldest it's been on the whole trip. Just in these shaded areas. The sun, it's fine, but it's definitely starting to get a little chilly, like winter's coming in. I am also in a t-shirt, so probably adds to the chilliness factor. Lacey and I have made it back to Kirkwood Ranch. Gonna have lunch here and reassess what we want to do. It's kind of the only bummer thing about camping, hiking this time of year, especially in this area at the edge of this time zone anyways, Pacific time zone, is it's dark at 4:30. It's kind of depressing. Alright, we just had a snack and we decided we're gonna keep on walking. So let's keep on walking. It's supposed to be the warmest today. Actually, there's some winter air coming in, it definitely feels like. Very cold. So we've got a friend blocking our trail. Hello, buddy. How's the weather down there? Well, it's like 5 o'clock and it's really dark. We just decided to hike on out instead of just setting the tent up and just watching another movie up on the wall. Decided to get a little bit more exercise, push a bit further to the trailhead, and now here we are. This is not our last night technically here because we're gonna car camp now. Not a fan of this time of year at the whole getting dark early thing. It's kind of a bummer.